Pleased to be joined by head coach of the South Plains College Track and Field program, Mr. Erik Vance, assistant coach Justin Hobbs. Coaches, it's championship week, what you've been working for all year. Obviously, y'all know the drill. You've been in this situation before, no doubt. Coach, let's kind of talk about the atmosphere in practice. What's different about this week compared to others, and your thoughts going in?
Well, there's not a whole lot of week to practice. We'll depart on Tuesday, so we'll get out of here, and basically it's just try to, if we need little things we need to tweak, need to fix, things like that, we'll get on that. But other than a little sharpening up, we're done. Like, we're just trying to keep them healthy, keep them fresh, keep them on top of their game. Just keep that engine tuned up. I think the mentality, they understand what time of year it is. You see that in practice. You see that they're ready to go. We'll see them freshen up a good bit, now that finals are getting done, and they will really, they'll really, like, mentally kind of recover from that. And then they've got one thing to focus on. And once we hit that, they'll be really, I think, ready to go.
Is it a positive, or how do you see it when you've been holding the number one ranking all year long? You're wearing the South Plains College jersey, which has a history tradition. Do you like them to have the mindset we're the team to beat, or does that all go out the window when you get to this time of year?
Well, there's kind of two ways to look at it. There is some added pressure when you are number one, but honestly, with the history we've had and the streak we've got going on the guys' side, rankings aren't going to matter. People know we're there to compete and try to win, and they know what we've done. They're gunning for us. Everybody wants to be the team that breaks a streak. So that the rankings themselves don't necessarily have as much to do with it as just the history of winning. However, when we've got a team like we've got on our guys' side, that number one ranking, that streak, if we get hot and we start doing some things early and we kind of get that ball rolling and we get going downhill, it can be demoralizing. It can be tough on the other teams, because it's just like every event you just see three more keep coming. And if every time you look up on the track there's two or three more South Plains guys in finals, that can kind of get to you. Pressure, like, how many of these guys are there? How long are they going to keep coming? So that's kind of positive, the way with the not necessarily negative, but the expectations that we have and the pressure that's on us to kind of keep everything going the same way.
Yeah. Coach Hobbs, obviously that first full day, they've kind of revamped the schedule. It is going to be a full day on day one. You are going to have some finals on that day. Kind of talk about how important it is to jump out to a good start and what that can do for the the mentality of the team as a whole.
I think the new schedule is good. It allows us to do a lot of things. It spreads some guys out that might double or now have the chance to double where they didn't. I think that anytime you begin the competition, our guys know that especially the guys that are in the finals only, like the field events and such. It's a nice it's a nice starter, especially when you get some guys out there that are going to score some points. So it's just like any other meet. We're just starting it a little bit different with the schedule, but they know that when they get out there, they're ready to compete, and they always do so.
Yeah. Is this a week where the work's kind of been put in, or are you going to be working with some people individually, trying to fine-tune some things, kind of talk about the process, jumping on what Coach Vance said?
Sure. Same thing he said. It's just fine-tuning. Everybody's kind of, the money's in the bank, so to speak, to use that old cliche, but it's very accurate, and pretty much everybody's just, now they look the best they've ever looked. Yeah. So let's just keep that rolling through next week and freshen them up a little bit, and they'll be good to go.
Yeah, something you worked for all year long. Obviously, you and Coach Vance have been in the situation, winning it last year. How much does that help you all as coaches if you see something go wrong or if things are going right, to just keep guys on track?
Right. Well, last year was my first year. Of course, not really knowing what to expect exactly. Coming in second last year indoor, you kind of figured out on the run. I had Coach Vance, luckily, to kind of lean on a little bit and kind of share kind of how it goes and provide me with a little bit more confidence there. But I think this year it's a lot different for me because, last year we did experience that championship outdoor, and then this year indoor. You kind of know what to look for as a coach. It helps you keep yourself, and it helps you keep your athletes a little calmer as well. And so just having that confidence and having that experience, I think, helps me as coaches, us as coaches, to be better leaders going into it. For sure myself, this being my second year, not my first, I feel a lot more confident, and my nerves are a lot more laid where they were last year. A little bit more height last year. I was a little bit more nervous. Trying to keep a good game face, but I don't know how good of a job I did. But it's so-so. But my game face this year, it's natural. I'm really a lot calmer, a lot more confident because I see what our kids have done and I see what we're capable of doing. Pretty much, let's just go do what we do every day in practice and just execute, and the pieces will fall into place there.
Yeah. Coach Vance, obviously something y'all been putting in a lot of time to. Kind of talk about, for some people that obviously aren't around the program every day, some of the things that go on behind the scenes, kind of the bus ride there, and specifically when you get there, you get to the meet, and the mood kind of changes. There's a sense in the air. Kind of talk about what it means to get off that bus, that South Plains College bus, kind of leading the program, and how that feels.
There's especially come meet day, the first couple days it's pretty relaxed. We'll go up there on a Tuesday and get up there that evening, eat us some dinner, get in the hotel. Wednesday we'll go over practice. Not a whole lot going on, but just kind of practice shakeout. It's definitely our best pre-meet shakeout of the entire year. It always is. There's a focus. There's a intensity that's there that most of the time in your night before pre-meet shakeout is not there. Normally that's kind of let's jog around, touch our toes a couple times, and all right, I'm ready to get back on the bus and go eat some dinner. But there'll be some purpose, there'll be some focus to what we do in that pre-meet shakeout. You start to get that feel then that hey, it's time, and then really, day 1 and 2, you get off and it's more just a thought of okay, what do we need to do today to get to the last day? What do we need to do today to get to that final day? For me, I'll start off really fast because I've got, one of our big events is the long jump, and it's one of the first events. And then we're also counting on the multis on both the guys and the girls' side. And they're pretty much first thing on Wednesday. So this new schedule, having those events starting that day, we're going to need to hit the ground running. Now, I've got a group of guys and girls that I have no doubt they're championship tested, they're championship proven. They've stepped up and done it many times over. You get a group led by a guy like Fabian and a girl like Ruth, and then you add in Holland and Shaky and all those people. They've all been there, they've done that. All of them been in the top 3 nationally multiple times. So I don't really have to worry about that crew. They're gonna step off the bus and we'll set the tone. And I think that's I don't think the schedule could work out better for us with that being kind of one of our first things, and Patisani and Bosey in the multi, them starting off. I don't think we could have a better group of athletes out the gate than that.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about competing at a meet like this, especially this one?
When it's over?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it just seeing athletes that you were unsure, where they kind of fit in the pecking order, where you're unsure whether they, really could, go do something, go beyond something maybe even they were sure they could do. When you see an athlete step up on that championship stage and do something that, like I said, they're unsure that they could do, they weren't confident they could do, or maybe they were confident they could do, they just hadn't shown it yet. To see somebody do something like that, really good example of that was Keon Sutton in indoor, kind of the same with DK Freeman. Both those kids, we really knew they could do something, but they went well beyond our expectations as to how they performed on that stage. And anytime you see an athlete do that, it makes it really special.
Yeah, Coach Hobbs, same question to you. What's the most exciting thing about going and competing at a meet like this?
Just kind of riding off Coach Vance's answer, same thing. See our kids step up and see how they rise to those expectations that we have, set out, being as high as we are in both, men and women. Are really excited to see what they do indoor. They proved, that they're competitors. So that's it, man. Just love seeing our guys compete because they've stepped up, and I think they're going to do exactly the same thing in outdoor.
Yeah. Coach, any final thoughts?
No, appreciate your support throughout the year. Appreciate what you do for us, Jordan. You get our message out there, get the South Plains College track, brand and what our kids are doing and the recognition that you get for them. We appreciate that. And, everybody out there that watches, I think all 5 people that watch, my grandma, probably your mom, and that's probably about it. Billy and Coach Blackwell at New Mexico to make fun of us. That's about it. So
yeah.
we appreciate our viewers out there, and hopefully we'll have a little recap celebrating. in about 10 days or so.
Yeah. Coaches, thank you for your time. Thanks for everything all season, and see you in Kansas.
All right, appreciate it.
Good.